You're listening to Calculated Drivel, the Freedom Frontier, Isolation Session.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, new puppies, new kittens, anything that's listening, human or not. Welcome back to Calculated Drivel with myself, Marc, and my friendly and resourceful co-host, Matt. How are you, Matt?
Good evening. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
I didn't know what to say. I don't know why I just went for resourceful. It's quite a boring way of describing quite an interesting guy.
It's I think no one's ever called me that before, so it's good to hear.
Okay, well, good.
How's it going? How's 2021 treating you?
It's treating me well. I've moved to a new flat with Carla. We've downsized, but in many ways sort of upgraded in that we now have a patio, and I'm earning, and the patio is wet all the time, but we're hoping for spring and normal seasonal world changes to happen as they've happened for the last 28 years of my life. So hopefully it will get warmer soon.
Fingers crossed. Although,
yeah.
Strange times, so...
Odd times, that's it.
Yeah.
Matt, things are slightly different this week. We're at a bar, a virtual bar, if you will.
Yeah, we're trying to mix it up a little bit. I guess we're just sick of looking at people on Zoom calls, so we thought, let's organise some kind of virtual bar inspired by Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray and Lost in Translation.
That's it. Less sexual tension, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Who do you see yourself as?
I see myself as Scarlett Johansson. She's got nice lips, and I've been told I've got reasonable lips as well. So I'll go with Scarlett. And Bill's quite a compliment for you as well, Matt. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd take Bill Murray any day. That sounded like to a fight.
You're gonna fight Bill Murray, okay? Matt,
and whoever wins gets to be Bill
Scarlett. Murray. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
What have you got at the bar tonight? Talk the listeners through it.
I've got for you. It's a Sabro Simcoe Pale Ale from the Red Willow Brewery.
Sabro Simcoe Pale Ale. I've got something which isn't quite as unique. I was clutching at straws a little bit, but I went for a slightly more Mexican vibe in the form of a Desperado,
wow.
A tequila beer. I don't know if anyone listening's heard of these before, but they're new, I've been told. And
are they?
Well, this one's new for me. I got it today.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a 5.9%. We're flirting around 6% alcohol tonight, so I'll be opening this at the bar.
I mean, you're a full 2% more than me. I'm on 3.9, so
3.9% for you.
Yeah, I'll have to drink at twice the speed.
I'm guessing you have a couple of those, one or two stocked away in the fridge.
I've got another one in the fridge, which is different. I think that's 6.3%. So, on average, we're doing okay.
We're doing well. So, Matt, have you been to this bar before?
I've not been to this bar. I don't even know what it's called. I just kind of appeared here. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, I can tell you about the bar. The bar is known as the Zumba Bar, and it has no relationship with things that people call Zumba classes, but there's quite a relaxed vibe here at the Zumba Bar. Quite socially distanced.
The decoration's quite strange. I don't know. I don't think the viewer can see it, but like over here, it's just almost entirely Area 51 kind of conspiracy posters. There's one that's just a big alien pointing at me. It's quite.
Yeah, that alien was the founder of the Zumba Bar. His name's Bill.
Okay.
But yeah, they do great pale ales here. They do Desperados, which is one of the new beers they're trying out. And I've heard they even do gin later on, but we'll have to wait and see about that. I mean, it's been a while since anyone's been to a bar, apart from when these pubs and bars kind of opened for these weird periods over the last 12 months. You know, these little periods where. What were your thoughts on those times? Did you pop into any pubs during those windows?
I actually didn't. It felt weird. I think it just felt too weird to go to a pub. Also, like, what was the rule? Like, you could meet people outside, but if you were going inside, it could only be with your family or like your bubble or whatever.
Yeah, you had to be bubbling.
And like I don't know, like going to a bar to drink, just me and Becca didn't seem that much more appealing than just staying at home and drinking.
Yeah.
It's also more expensive. I don't know. So we went to like we went to a couple of restaurants when they were doing like eat out to help out, and we went to like some cafes and stuff. But no, we didn't get too involved in the bar scene. What about you?
What I found, I mean, I popped in into some of those sort of turn up at said pub with mask on at entrance, hand sanitize, sign in, get asked if you have the track and trace app, say no, put phone number into notebook, get taken to seats, take mask off for rest of evening. You know, it was kind of funny. Like, just the walk to your table and then 6 pints and a Scotch egg later, mask back on, head home.
Mask back on, mask back on to the walk to the door. Okay. Actually, I just remembered. I did actually get when I went to stay with my parents in the summer. Me, my mum and dad went and got hammered. Yeah, at the Red Willow Brewery. So yeah, that was nice. It was, I remember it was strange because this bar wasn't that busy, so it didn't feel too bad. But one guy came in and sat on the table next to us in like a completely empty bar, and it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just annoying.
If you say something, it's awkward, but them doing what they're doing is awkward. So it's like, I don't know. You're not going to change their behavior if they've decided to sit right next to you. It's kind of like, But yeah, there you go. So we're very privileged to be here in a time when all the bars are closed. We've had to pull a lot of strings to set this up, but hopefully it's worth it. And so welcome everyone to the Zumba Bar. Hopefully this won't be our last time here. We'll see how Matt and I end up over the next hour. I've got a couple of little bits of housekeeping for the show. I've not prepared many features in particular. There's one new feature I have which I'd like to trial tonight on the show. It's basically a quiz / conversation which is derived from our first poultry-based feature, Chicken Chat. And it's basically, and cue the music here, turkey talk. It's turkey talk.
We're pushing boundaries.
Yeah, so turkey talk. Everyone's probably licking their lips thinking about that. And I know it's a feature that everyone's been not requesting, but I thought something came over me this afternoon, and I just thought, you know what? I think we need a week off from Chicken Chat, and maybe turkey talk could be the
you could have told me, because I got some pretty huge chicken news.
Well, we could still do chicken news. That's different to Chicken Chat.
I think it's let's not go too crazy. We can bring turkey talk on board, but
we've got to stay loyal to the old features. Some of these have got us to where we are
otherwise
now.
We'll be hemorrhaging listeners because a lot of people tune in just for that.
What have you got for tonight, Matt? What have the listeners got to look forward to on tonight's show?
Well, I should say, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's going to be a special episode in many ways. So, firstly, it's a 10th episode special. It's a 15 subscriber special. It's also the first episode of 2021, and it's the first episode since it's been your birthday. So there's a lot going on, and I thought, as a way to celebrate this, we should reward our many loyal listeners with allowing them a little bit more into our lives, and especially your life. And people who follow us on social media will have seen me fishing for your questions. And we're going to do Ask Marc, and we're going to delve into your life, Marc, find out what makes you tick. 'Cause people
Why am I a clock? Why are people always clocks in these?
Well,
I like it though. I'll take that.
That might be one of the questions, and we'll find out later.
Okay.
First question: why are you a clock, Marc? So we got that. We got a few emails.
Yeah.
We got. We got some interesting things to talk about coming up in future episodes. Some exciting interviews on the horizon. So we'll get into that. And just a normal quality chat.
Yeah. The normal
So
calculated drivel.
Where do you want to start? It's your special day.
Since it's my special day apparently, and we're at the Zumba Bar. First of all, I want to say anyone who's into Zumba, please tell me what the hell it is, because I don't know. Zumba classes is something I've heard a lot. It's like yoga or something, I don't know. But this is called the Zumba Bar.
You sound quite annoyed by Zumba.
No, I can't say I hate Zumba. I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
I've just Zumba class. I've got a Zumba class after that. I mean, actually,
you've got a Zumba class after that, and you should probably find out what it is.
Yeah, I don't, but someone probably has a Zumba class right now. So I think I'm going to start off with. I've got a general catch-up questionnaire for Matt, which is
lovely.
It's got a couple of interesting tidbits and snacks. Hopefully, some content will be derived from these fun little bite-sized snackies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what it's all about. Let's not beat around the bush.
And especially with the Instagram. I mean, Matt called me up and said, Marc, we need snackable content. We've got about 12 hours worth of 2020 content, none of which is snackable. How do we do it?
People aren't always hungry enough.
People want, the best way is give them the good snacks and then say, come along and watch an hour episode on YouTube. So let's get into it. Tonight's questionnaire on a Saturday night, the first Saturday recording of the show, I think. And the first question I've got for Matt is, and these aren't any particular topic, they're quite random. Okay. Does cooking give you an adrenaline rush? If not, maybe you need to try some more challenging recipes. What do you reckon?
And is this just a general thought? Are you asking me?
Yeah, because I mean, what made it pop into my head is I was trying to cook. I was trying to use a deep fat fryer at lunch to do some French fries, and I was also I was doing steaks and broccoli, and there was a lot of stuff going on, and it was a bit hectic, but I could feel my heart going, and I did feel like I got a bit of an adrenaline rush. So I wondered if you've ever cooked and thought, there's too much going on here.
Always. Sorry, I just need to burp. I am awful in the kitchen. I am so disorganized. You know how they say, if you ever watch MasterChef, and they always get angry if they've got like a messy workstation.
Oh yeah, massively so.
I have a massively messy workstation, and it increases the stress, but with stress comes adrenaline. So I don't get out much these days, so the messier I can make it in the kitchen, the more exciting my life is. So if people are a bit bored during lockdown, top tip, just never clean up, but continue to try and cook.
Continue to cook, whatever the cost.
Yeah. So maybe don't wash up for a week, and then
find a recipe you've never done before with
with lots of pans, lots going on. Yeah, and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, and also do it on like a time limit where, I don't know, maybe there's a sporting event on at 8 o'clock, and really don't give yourself much leeway on that event that you're looking forward to as well. Yeah, because that was what happened to me.
And make sure that you're cooking for everyone who you live with or is in your bubble. So
yeah.
And maybe like hype it up a little bit more. So you're trying something new, you think it's going to be great. So there's a lot of expectation. I mean, you're going to be but in a good way, maybe. I don't know.
What would be an example of one of those recipes or one of those meals that you felt your blood pressure go a little bit, and it's just been a bit touch and go during the evening?
I don't know if I've talked about this before on the show, but I was trying to try something new in the first lockdown, and I thought I'd try and make fresh gnocchi, which I've never done before. And the reason I chose it is because it's going to be one of the most simple things to do.
It is pretty simple. Carla,
and it's basically you just like boil potatoes and mash it with some flour, and then you then boil that with like an egg or something. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if it's because our potatoes are really old or something, but I literally couldn't boil the potatoes. I failed at boiling potatoes. And then for some reason, I think it's because I ended up over boiling them and then mashing them too much or something, and they turned into like really starchy, sticky. It was awful.
Gloopy.
Yeah,
so you were trying to make gnocchis, and it was during the potato boiling process that you felt your blood pressure.
Just thinking back to it now, it's making me feel both stressed, ashamed, and disappointed. Oh man, it was awful.
Did they turn out alright or not?
No, well, they were fine, but it wasn't worth the hassle. The amount of stress making them was not counted by the enjoyment of it.
It was not worth it.
Definitely not worth it.
What I'll do, Matt, to put you out your misery, I'll move on to the next question. Who is the head chef in your house, if there is one? Do you find yourself as a sous chef?
I kind of made the decision that we wouldn't cook together. It's either one of us cooks.
Someone's got to take charge.
We don't collaborate.
In the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, but completely. As in, like, one of us will cook, and the other person will just not get involved at all. Because the other person will
be in a different room.
Yeah, because we both kind of want to be in control. We both have very different ways of doing things. Like, Becca likes to time things exactly and measure things out perfectly, whereas I'm more of like a jazz chef.
Are you
Maybe that's why it's going so badly.
Are you a bit of a maverick? Someone who's hard to coach? You know, you get these players in sports teams that coaches fall out with them. They don't fit into the team because they've got their own style, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so. And I think my way definitely isn't the right way. So if we're cooking something, Becca would look on the packet, see how long it's going to be cooked, like pasta. She'd be like, how long's that going for? Look on the back of the packet, cook it for that amount of time, whereas I'll just cook it until it's cooked.
Yeah.
To varying results.
I like your freewheeling attitude to it, though. I mean, you know, it takes one person to follow a recipe by the book, but then sometimes, as we know, with our sponsor Sex Crisps, sometimes happy accidents do happen where someone knocks the vat of olive oil, or knocks olive oil into the bag, and next thing you know, you're like, oh,
you got a crisp franchise on your hands.
You've got a very successful crisp franchise on your hands.
What about you? Are you? I'm gonna throw that one back at you. Are you?
There's no head chef. It's very similar. Someone's got to take charge, and someone has to be very much the sire. You know, the sort of like the sous chef squared. You know, like there's a definite hierarchy needed. So it just depends on the meal to meal. I think normally one person will just be like I'll be cooking that night, or Carla will be cooking. So there's not
Who's
two.
the better cook?
Who's the better cook out of the two of us? Absolutely. Well, it depends on what we're cooking. There's certain things I do better than Carla, but there's certain dishes that I don't stand a chance. Like Carla made a really nice dulce de leche, which is like a caramelly sort of cake that she did for my birthday, which is a South American sort of Dominican thing. Well, it's more South American, but it's like this sort of caramelly, delightful cake. But yeah, I'd probably say it's just it goes back and forth. We kind of take turns to be cooking. My next question to you, Matt. This kind of is slightly inspired by one of my previous questions I asked you about blessing people and sneezes, and this is just a slightly different detail about that same sort of topic. Because I've been wondering about this. What is the time limit on blessing someone post sneeze before it gets creepy / odd?
Interesting. Well, as we've discussed before, I think blessing people in general is, in a way, quite creepy anyway. When would it be? Well, can we do a live experiment? Could you fake sneeze, and then I'll
Okay,
come in just before.
I'll
I'll bless you just before I think it's gonna get creepy.
Okay, I'll fake sneeze.
Bless you.
that was close to the cut-off point, by the way.
I struggled to get the words out as well, so it sounded a little too sexual.
Yeah. If you'd started talking to me about something else and then didn't the bless you afterwards, that would have also been weird. But the fact that it was just silence and then bless you, maybe that was better than if I'd sneezed and you said, "Oh, Mark, how was the football? Oh, by the way, bless you for before."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
I think, or if you sneeze, then start talking, and then I interrupt you and say, "Sorry, can I stop you there?"
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah, but do it when you've just asked me a question which has a really open-ended answer. So tell me about why you decided to, sort of pursue architecture. Oh, by the way, bless you as well. And you're like, whilst I'm midway through, I was like, oh, freaky. Yeah. Anyone, keep your emails coming in and all that malarkey. We want to know, what time limit do you think is acceptable in terms of delay after someone sneezes? And also, are people getting blessed less because of COVID? Because people think, oh, this guy's sneezing. This person could seriously be infected. I don't want to bless them at all. So maybe
you want to bless them more.
Maybe you want to bless them more.
Know.
Yeah, let us know. Next question I've got for Matt is, what board game do you dread playing? If someone goes,
Monopoly.
Let's play this. Monopoly.
It's just awful. No, not enjoyable.
Slow.
Nobody enjoys it apart from the person who wins. Everyone else has a terrible time.
Quick answer, like it.
The
We'll
only
move on.
good way to play is in teams. Top tip.
Okay.
Because at least you can share your misery with someone and then bond over that.
Yeah, you guys can go off and, I don't know, hope one sneezes and bless the other one. Who was the last person you argued with? I probably know the answer to this. And what happened? What was the argument about? It can be small or big. The last little...
I mean, I'm not a very argumentative person. You probably know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it will have been Becca about something, but sometimes we have hilariously silly arguments about
mundane household stuff.
Once, ages ago, we had a bit of an argument about how we never argued. I
like the idea of that getting quite heated as well.
I think I was being questioned on why I'm quite placid and non-argumentative, and then I was arguing that it's okay not to be argumentative. I don't know who won that.
You didn't throw anything around? You didn't stomp your feet at all? Or?
No, I just can't be bothered with arguing. It's too much effort.
To be fair, you won't age as quickly if you argue less, because you're not getting angry and stuff. So it's probably
Yeah.
a very good thing.
Have, like, it depends what you count as an argument there. Have like debates at work about what you think like is the right thing to do in a project, but don't know.
You need some debates, because not everyone's going to agree with each other all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be a pretty boring place if they did. So
maybe it's a new feature. Argue with Matt.
Yeah, argue with Matt. Yeah, I want. We might get someone on who has an agenda of arguing with Matt, and we're going to test Matt out. It might be Giles Spudsworth. It might be the CEO of Sex Crisp. We have made contact finally with him. His phone was off the hook most of the festive period, but Matt managed to get through to him. You must be pretty hyped on the thought of getting a couple of questions with the CEO of our sponsor.
Calculated Drivel, the Freedom Frontier, is proudly sponsored by Sex Crisps. Use code I've Seen a Dog for 5% off your first order. Sex Crisps. You know you want to.
It's going to be great. Like, obviously, we know him quite well. We've been to his house a lot. But
tennis.
More of like tennis, swimming, and like he's got the cinema room, which is pretty amazing. But like that's always been on a more kind of friend to friend basis. But we've never really sat down and like I didn't know that much about the history of Sex Crisps.
No.
So yeah, it'd be great to just like mine him for his origins, how he got to where he is today.
He's a wealthy man, Matt. He's a very wealthy man. You know?
He's incredibly wealthy, suspiciously wealthy.
Most people are, Matt. Most people are.
Yeah, so that's very exciting news for. Yeah, I think maybe in the next episode, hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
He's a hard one to pin down.
If we can pin him down, yeah.
we've tried to before, but things are looking up, listeners.
We can. Hopefully, we'll get him in the bar.
Yeah, if we could get him in the Zumba Bar, I've heard he can put away a pint of Guinness like no one's business.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And then I've actually got a couple more questions here, Matt, for you. What were your teenage bedroom posters, if any? / what made you tick?
Yeah, good question.
Babes on the wall. Ferraris. What?
Okay, so I don't think I've ever really told anyone this. So this is a big scoop. I remember once I went shopping in Macclesfield HMV to look for some posters to go on my wall, and I at the time was a big fan of Blink-182, my favourite band at the time. So this is probably
Travis
like
on the drums.
Yeah, 12 or 13, like just becoming a teenager, getting into music, that kind of thing. And they had this poster, and it was like, I don't know what it was promoting, but it was basically them in like scuba diving gear, like under the sea, like badly photoshopped under the sea.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in the shop and I couldn't decide between a few, but I decided on this one. And my mum being like, "Are you sure you want that one?" And I was like, "Yeah, like Blink-182 is my favourite band. Definitely want that one."
You had to stick with your guns on it.
She, for some reason, she questioned me a few times, but I think they were my favourite band. I wanted the poster, so she got it for me. And I got home and then opened it up on my bed, rolled it out. And I think it only just hit me then that it was like a slightly overly sexual and like it was the kind of poster that was definitely aimed at their female audience, and it was just them in basically speedos and snorkels. And then I was just like, oh, if my friends come round and see I've got this poster of Blink-182 in their pants, basically, it's going to be really embarrassing. So I just rolled it back up and like put it down the side of my bookshelf and never opened it again.
Is that still around anywhere?
Nah, I think like I tidied out my room a few years ago and it got chucked out. So yeah, I do. That's it. Never, almost had one poster, but never.
I thought that as a question was quite an interesting one, because it's just like when you're
You can tell a
growing
lot
up.
from someone, probably. I mean, you can read a lot into that story if you want.
I had a Bryan Adams poster.
That's quite cool.
That was mainly because I saw Bryan Adams at Nottingham Arena. It's the first gig I ever went to.
Really? Was that your request, or was your dad?
My dad likes Bryan Adams because he's Canadian. That's the first reason. My dad's also Canadian, by the way. My dad doesn't just like Canadian artists, and he's not Canadian. So that makes sense. And it was a great gig. We were in the seating bit though, which was a bit odd, because when you've got Summer of '69 and Run to You, which was like was a great GTA San Andreas soundtrack, if anyone played that. But yeah, you can ask me something, Matt. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you you answered for me. I was gonna say, could you name a few of his hits, but I'm guessing those were them.
Yeah, those were them. Run to You. Anyone who's listened to the show, put that on after the show and dance like no one. Dance like your dog's watching. I hate when people say dance like no one's watching. It's just like, what? Odd. So yeah, teenage bedroom posters. Please keep your emails coming in on that. I say that as if we've got loads of live emails coming in, which we do.
calculatedrivel@gmail.com.
You heard it here first. Unless other podcasts are saying our email address, which I hope they're not.
We'll take them all.
And the last question I've got for Matt for the intro section is, what chess piece would you be? What chess piece would I be? And why for both? There you go.
Oh man. I've recently watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Don't know if you've seen that chess.
I've not,
drama.
but Carla's seen it, and apparently it's very good, and I plan
It's
to
very
watch
good.
it soon.
Yeah. I see myself as a humble pawn.
Willing to sacrifice himself. I thought you were a castle, Matt. I thought you were one of those
No,
just
definitely not a
straight
castle.
down. You're not a castle.
What are the options? Bishop, maybe? Okay. I think a knight's the coolest.
Yeah, but a knight's an obvious one, though. You don't want to
what
go,
are the
be a
options?
knight. You
What's
could
a
be
rook?
queen,
Is that the same as a castle?
king, castle, a bishop. We've got someone who works at the Zumba Bar here. Thank you very much. The hands came into shot. Maybe this is a lime and 2 blocks of ice in a glass, and a fever tree.
Huge block of ice you've got.
Yeah.
Lovely.
We've got that lined up. So carry on, Matt. You would be what chess piece?
I'm a humble pawn, Mark.
You're a
Let's not
humble
beat around
pawn.
the bush.
You're a humble pawn.
And you are. I'd say you're the bishop.
I'll take that.
Or maybe actually no, we're both bishops.
That's more like it, Matt. Don't call yourself a humble pawn. You know,
What's wrong
you're a
with the
bishop.
pawn?
You know, you and I, Matt and I, we sat on a cannon in Barcelona and talked about stuff about 7 or 8 years ago. Who can say they did that? Not a pawn,
that is
a
true.
bishop, for God's sake. You know, some of
But
these
it
things.
depends how you look at the pawn. The pawns are the first to walk into
They're the brave
abyss.
ones.
They're brave. They tread new ground. So it's all a matter of perspective.
You could say the pawns are the leaders of the board. In some ways, you know, queen and king sit pretty behind.
Yeah. It's just
Send the pawns forward.
lazy bastards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Couple of bishops, or maybe a bishop and a pawn.
A couple of bishop and a
You
pawn.
decide.
You let us know what you think we would be / what you would be, and that's the end of my intro
I
warm
love
up
that.
session.
The text topic for this week: which chess piece are you,
Yeah, and why? And
and why? All right, that was good. Thank you for that.
no worries, Matt.
I reckon we build up to the big ask Marc. questionnaire. Should we dive into chicken chat?
Let's dive into chicken chat.
Chicken chat.
Chicken chat.
Chicken chat.
Chicken chat. Chicken chat.
Chicken chat.
Chicken cut.
Chicken chat.
Let's do it.
So, I've got one piece of chicken news for you, and I've also got I've one bit of chicken related news and one bit of huge chicken news. Which is just just exciting news for anyone who's in the chicken community. But anyway,
Yeah.
firstly, this is a headline in the Daily Mail, so you know it's going to be good. Angry maskless man denied food service, returns with gun to steal fried chicken and waffles.
He turned up with a gun to steal fried chicken and waffles.
He didn't necessarily want to steal the chicken. He was just refused service because he wasn't wearing a mask. Then left. Instead of leaving to get a mask, he left to get a gun. And then came back and demanded the chicken.
Did he go back to his car, see the mask, see the gun, and kind of go, just reach for the gun?
Yeah, it's like, oh, what did I come back for?
Yeah, it was a humble mistake. He actually forgotten what he was actually back for.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It says underneath that headline, the man didn't demand any cash, but he did take syrup.
It's good to serve from McDonald's actually.
Just reading
To
a
be
little
fair.
bit more into this. It wasn't in McDonald's. It was in Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Pasadena, California.
We need to pull that up on Google Maps at some point. If anyone's listening who's been to Roscoe's Chicken House in Pasadena, California, and they regularly go down there to eat chicken and waffles, please drop us a line. We'd love to talk with you.
A man who was denied service for not wearing a mask at a fried chicken restaurant allegedly returned with a gun and held up the kitchen before robbing them of fried chicken and waffles. According to the police and restaurant officials, the suspect initially walked into Roscoe's to order food but was denied service by staff because he wasn't wearing a mask. Employees informed him that he could return to get the food once he was wearing a mask. But it doesn't actually say if they served him when he came in with a gun. I like to think they were just like, mate, you're still not wearing a mask.
Yeah, real brave employees just going, F off still. You know what I mean? It's like, two guns. Sorry, excuse
So
my
there you
language,
go.
by the way, guys. I've been...
We'll bleep this out. It's a
Yeah, we'll
family
bleep
show.
that out, yeah.
So that's the kind of chicken in the news. But this is the big news. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but for the listener, the winners of the National Egg and Poultry Awards 2020 have been announced.
Okay.
So this includes people like Best Grower, Best Breeder, Best Farm. But there's two...
The National Poultry Awards. Sorry.
National Egg and Poultry Awards. But there's two categories that kind of caught my eye, shall I say. The first is Innovation of the Year. Can you hazard a guess at what Innovation of the Year at the National Egg and Poultry Awards might have been?
Maybe training regime for chickens, fitness, some, how can we get the best? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking swatches for the yolk color, because when you see that deep orange yolk color, the chicken's got quite a good diet.
Yeah, healthy. Orange.
Pale yellow, that deep orange, mercury. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
You're not even close, Mark. But are you sat down? I can
Yeah.
see you sat down, but just for effect. This is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
So the winner is Noble Foods with their product Egg Bites. Let me tell you more. Launched in February 2020, Egg Bites aim to give cooks in schools and colleges an easy way to add eggs to menus whilst also adding value through the egg supply chain. Not sure what that means. Eggs are eaten most often at weekends and for breakfasts, and judges liked how Noble Foods are trying to broaden the occasions on when eggs can be eaten. Did you know?
Interesting.
I actually didn't know this until I read this article, but you can actually eat eggs for lunch and dinner during the week, not just weekends or breakfast. Yes, thanks to Egg Bites.
Huh. Well, cheers to that. Cheers to that. It's okay, Matt. On the video, we had to start recording again on that just a second ago, but we'll chop and slice and we'll figure it all out.
We'll just put some quality.
We'll put some quality Zumba Bar together.
We can put that task card. What's it called? With the girl with the puppet. Do you remember that? Like the old school when the TV stopped working.
I'm gonna say yes. I remember that.
Okay. Well, I'll put it up.
We'll put it. We'll bring it. We'll put it on the edit.
Also, I thought I should mention Young Farmer of the Year, who is Victoria Axon from Cobb Europe.
Okay.
Victoria worked in one of the toughest poultry environments as a catcher, and has turned around 2 units. I don't know what a unit is. I don't know if that surely that doesn't refer to chickens, because turning around 2 chickens probably isn't enough.
Does that mean just rotating them round 180 degrees?
She demonstrated natural leadership skills, which led to several promotions.
Is she earning a bit of a wedge then? If she's turned around 2 chickens in the last year, she must be.
Oh mate,
she must be raking it in.
Yeah, she's earning, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This sentence I quite liked. The judges appreciated her faultless biosecurity and spotless approach to cleanliness.
Love it.
Which I would say is the only approach to cleanliness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not
they
clean.
appreciated her filthy approach to cleanliness.
her dirty approach to cleanliness. So there you go. That's chicken chat for me. I think this leads nicely into turkey talk.
It does,
the highbrow section of the show.
Does, yeah.
But I'm just gonna go and grab my second beer.
Grab your second can.
You keep the listener company.
I will. So rather than we have to edit this out, turkey talk. It's been 5 minutes in the making. I felt like we'd maybe overdosed slightly on all of the chicken chat over the last year. And I know with the prevalence of, more vegans, more vegetarians in the world, we needed to cater for a wider audience. Hence why we adopted Turkey Talk. And I don't mean it in a sense of, Christmas turkey dinner, but just more facts about turkeys. Because I don't know much about turkeys until I decided to set the feature up. I only eat turkey I only really eat turkey once a year, and even then I don't really even enjoy it that much. So it's kind of strange that I've decided to make. It's kind of strange that I've decided to make Turkey Talk into a feature. But here goes.
I'm back.
Matt's back. I was just telling the listeners that Turkey Talk has been something sort of I've been working on behind the scenes this afternoon. Sort of diligently working on it whilst watching England lose to Scotland, which I'm still trying to get over actually.
Oh god.
I even said to Carlo I thought it was fair play to Scotland, but deep down I'm a bit shocked still. But I'm going to get started on Turkey Talk. Oh, by the way, cheers, Matt.
Oh, cheers.
Welcome to the Zumba Bar. Let's see if that lines up. Just bring it all the way that way. Boop.
Oh wait, I've gone too far. Wait, hang on. Yeah.
There.
Chink.
Oh, chink.
I've moved on to Ripe Times by Magic Rock Brewing. Double dry hopped New England IPA.
I'm enjoying the
Lovely stuff.
Zealot's Heart handmade gin with an elderflower tonic.
Handmade? How is it? Okay, let's not get into that.
Yeah. That's a whole new kettle of fish. So Turkey Talk this week. It's a testing ground where we're looking out across the frontier here. So if I get something wrong, don't hang me out to dry, listeners. Don't say, "Oh, get Turkey Talk off the show." You got to figure these things out gradually. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about turkeys, if you don't mind, Matt.
Please.
So the wild turkey was hunted nearly to extinction by the early 1900s, when the population reached a low of around 30,000 birds. But restoration programs across North America have brought the numbers up to 7 million today. And when I say today, I mean today. February the 6th, I think. So those numbers did really drop down in the 1900s, and I know a lot of people this weekend probably didn't sleep that well last night, thinking, I wonder how many turkeys there were in the 1900s. So I'll put you out your misery for that one. The next interesting bit about turkeys I found out was, so there are 6 subspecies of wild turkey, all native to North America. The Pilgrims hunted and ate the eastern wild turkey, which today has a range that covers the eastern half of the United States and extends into Canada. These birds, sometimes called the forest turkey or jungle turkey, made the second bit up, obviously, are the most numerous of all the turkey subspecies, numbering more than 5 million. Now, the Aztecs domesticated another subspecies, the South Mexican wild turkey, and the Spanish brought those turkeys to Europe on a boat. God, I bet that was a trip. And the Pilgrims then brought several of these domestic turkeys back to North America. See, when I read that earlier on, I thought, I hope those weren't the same turkeys. Like, can you imagine?
Absolutely. Yeah.
On a boat across the Atlantic to Europe, you're there for maybe a night, catch a breath, sort of recuperate, find your feet, and then you're back on a boat heading back to where you came from. That's going to be quite unnerving for anything that's living. I mean, I don't know. What do you reckon, Matt?
It's a long trip. Did
a long
turkeys
old
get
trip.
seasick?
Do turkeys get seasick?
Right in.
Yeah, if anyone does
That's
know.
me.
If anyone's taken turkeys out at sea and they've seen them throw up overboard, then let us know. I've got more turkey talk here, Matt.
Okay.
I've got one last bit I think you'll like, then we'll move on. Male turkeys are called gobblers.
Yeah,
after the gobble... Sorry?
That's silly.
Yeah. After the gobble call they make to announce themselves to females.
Gobble call? Do you say gobble call?
Yeah, the gobble
right.
call. Yeah.
Right. It sounded a bit like you said gobble core. That's like some kind of turkey-based heavy metal genre.
Gobble call. Yeah. Hi, we're Gobble Call and we're about to rock your world. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert heavy metal turkey music here. Yeah. So yeah, gobble call. They make to announce themselves to females, which are called hens, which is quite conventional, I'd say, and compete with other males. Yeah. Other turkey sounds include purrs, yelps, and kikis. So there you go.
Do you know what those sound like?
No, do you?
No. Great feature.
Turkey talk over and out. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks for that, Mark. It's I mean, you've highlighted how little I knew about turkeys, but I don't know I just don't know if I care about them as much as I do chickens. But we'll see. We'll see what the public says.
All I can say is sleep on it.
Yeah.
See what you think.
So, should we move on to the big feature?
Do you want to do emails quickly?
Oh yeah, I forgot about them actually. Yes.
Let's do emails. Let's see what we've got this week.
I
We've got to
actually
catch up
haven't
on a few, by the way,
logged in.
listeners, because it's been a minute since we've recorded. I'll just pull up the email inbox here. Let's have a look. Calculator drivel, email.
Shall I go first? I got a couple here.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
First one, it's our old friend Will from Tunbridge Wells. One of the founding fathers in terms of our listenership.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
He says, "Hello chaps, where the hell have you both been? My wife has been a nightmare, and I need the show for some R&R. Thanks, Will." Well, thanks as always for getting in touch. I mean, it's quite interesting, that email, because when we've heard from Will in the past, he seemed like quite a placid,
low-key
relaxed
sort of guy.
Yeah. Obviously, like, the lack of content has kind of resulted in...
upset him by the sound of it.
Yeah, maybe he's one of these people who kind of bottles it up and they seem so relaxed, but actually under the surface it's kind of simmering.
Sort of bubbling away.
Yeah, bubbling away, and it's kind of beginning to boil over, so...
Hmm.
I hope everything's okay at home, Will.
Yeah.
Let us know how it gets on. And if Will's wife, if you're listening, let us know your side of the story.
Yeah, we want to know what Will's been up to. Let me put it that way.
We got another one here from Terry in Bristol that is actually directed specifically at me.
What's Terry had to say for himself?
He says, "Hello, Matt. I saw you driving home at Christmassy. At Christmassy." Wait.
He's not great at spelling by the sound of it, this Terry guy.
This sentence doesn't make sense. Hang on, wait. Let me translate it live.
Saw you driving.
I saw you driving home at Christmas in, I'm guessing it's meant to say, in a van, when
Okay.
London was meant to be in lockdown. What do you have to say for yourself? P.S. Love the show. I've started cooking chicken more because of you. Thanks, Terry. Firstly, it's good. I mean, the intention
It's a
of chicken
political
chat.
one, this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get onto that in a second, but firstly, I'd like to say that the intention of Chicken and Chat was never meant to be about the consumption of chickens necessarily. It's more about, just, I don't know, just
Chicken-based chat.
rhetoric, yes. But if it seems like you're enjoying eating chicken, so good for you. In terms of driving in lockdown, we actually, as I mentioned on the Christmas special, we were both
If you'd listened,
tested.
Terry.
If you bloody listened. We had left London before the lockdown, and we'd both had coronavirus tests, so there's nothing to worry about.
Do you want to say anything to put him in his place?
No, I don't.
You're not going to stoop to his level.
No, I'm not going to stoop to his level. It's just a simple, get fucked, Terry.
I've got a couple of emails to read out here. There's a few in the inbox. Let's see what we got. So this one just says Christmas dinner. That's the topic of the email, and it is from Sue in Derby. I was inspired by your suggestion of compressed smoked salmon balls with a lean steak pudding. I covered it all in brandy and set it alight. Divine.
Delicious. This was in response to what we talked about in the Christmas special.
Yeah.
We talked about a
meat eater's answer or something.
a meat eater's alternative to the Brussels sprout and Christmas pudding, and I think what we came up with must have been compressed smoked salmon balls. I think it was the flakiness of a smoked salmon, kind of mimicking the leaves of a Brussels sprout, and then I think we even suggested like a steak tartare version of a Christmas pudding.
Yep, that would make sense.
It sounds like from the way,
compressed beef.
from the way that Sue's talking about it there, it seems like she's just covered the whole thing in brandy and
set it alight.
sounds intense, but Well, I'm
If
glad, I'm
if
glad,
Sue enjoyed it, then
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of
Yeah.
those. Well, I think we're kind of approaching it. It's a different Christmas. A lot of people are not with their families. So why not try something new? It's a different Christmas anyway. So why not make it incredibly different?
yeah. Why not make it unique for yourself
Yeah.
and just for yourself, because you're by yourself in your flat alone. Anyway, we've also got an email here from Graham in Perth. Wow, we've got an Australian listener. Gray's dropped a message saying, "Why do you never talk about Australian chickens?" That's a good point, actually. Yeah, that's actually quite a good point. I've never actually thought that we've not actually covered anything Australian chicken wise.
Yeah, but have
That's a good
we?
point.
I guess the National Egg and Poultry Awards is a British award, but I think previously most of the chicken chat's been quite global. But I mean, we can hone in on some specific Australia. We can do some research, or if you've got some, was it Graham? Let us know.
We'll get Graham on the show.
Get him on
Graham,
the show. Yeah.
you want
let
to
us
come on the
know.
show next week? Graham? Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Get him on the show. See if we can get Susan on that. We'll see if we can get. We've got his email now. Did we get anything through on the Instagram, by the way? Did we get any messages through on there? Any questions for me? You said questions for Mark.
Oh, there's a lot of questions for Mark.
There was one that we got through on Instagram, I think.
There's what?
Maybe it might have gone to your personal account, or was it through to the Drivel?
I've not.
You not received anything?
There's
No.
one that you see. There's one that you're talking about. I've not seen.
No.
Do you want? Can you read it out, or I don't know if not.
I don't have access to that.
Oh.
You go ahead, Matt, as planned. As planned.
I just hope I'm not missing out on any quality
I don't think you are. I don't think it went through.
questions. All right, never mind. So, okay, let's move on to the main feature. The reason
Here we
why
go.
we're all here.
The reason why we're all here.
It's time for Ask Mark.
Testing out the new microphone.
It's very sensual.
Yeah.
So, Mark, you're the host of Calculated Drivel. You're 28 years old.
28
Is that
years
right?
young, Matt.
28 years young. You skateboard.
Yep.
You have had a double yolked egg.
Yep.
You. I think that's all the listener knows about you. So
Yep.
let's find out who you really are.
A little bit more.
Yeah. So we're gonna take the dust, the metaphorical dust cloth off of
Go on,
Mark.
spit it out. We're gonna.
And,
Sorry, that was bullying.
Yeah,
Sorry.
kind of. If I had a stutter. So you may have seen, if you follow us on social media, that we put out a questionnaire asking for your questions about Mark, to find out who he really is, to find out those questions that you've always wondered. Who really is Mark? And so we've asked you to tag #AskMark. And we've got a lot. There's a lot of correspondence, which is exciting. I have to say now that there was also a similar kind of questionnaire situation happening with a Spanish motorbike racing driver who's also called Mark. But I tried to filter out those comments
Yeah.
that were obviously not for you, but
Yeah.
the occasional one might have slipped in. But
Okay.
even if they weren't intended for you, we'll find out more about you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So the first question, which is from Theodora Stefanik, is, what's the first thing you'll do once the pandemic is over?
The first thing I'll do once the pandemic is over will be log on to my computer and book myself a ticket to London and come and see you and Richard. There you have it.
Nice. And who's Richard? For the listener, I know who he is.
He's a guy who won't come on the show until he has a girlfriend. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that what this is what
He's said that, which I find quite disturbing.
So for the world listener, Richard is one of mine and Mark's friends from university.
He was a curry boy, by the way, back in the
same
day.
time. Yeah, that is confusing for the listener. Yeah, and apparently he's told Mark that he won't come on the show until he's got a girlfriend, which is... I don't really know what that means. Well,
it's odd, isn't it? It's very strange.
Is he afraid that being on the show will make him too unappealing?
Nervous
to
or
potential.
If anything, that's more reason to come on the show, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Or is he worried that his exposure to our listenership will give him too much attention? That he doesn't want that much choice, so he wants to be in a committed relationship so he doesn't have to deal with...
He doesn't have to try and sift through all of those
groupies,
messages that start coming into
some
the
of
inbox.
Oh yeah, some of the top shelf DMs that we get on Instagram are absolute filth.
Yeah.
But keep them coming, we read them all.
Yeah. We enjoy them all as well.
Yeah. This is from Jessica, question 2. Do you consider yourself a slow eater or a fast eater?
I consider myself a sort of, I'd say sort of medium-paced eater. I went through a phase of eating quite slow, but that was mainly because I was talking too much. But it depends on how hungry I am. If I'm very hungry, I'll eat very quickly and get indigestion.
There you go. Learning a lot about you.
Yeah.
You know, self-control.
Yep.
This one is from someone whose Instagram account is just called FanClub93.
Yeah.
What would you change about racing?
Ooh, what would I change about racing in general?
It just says racing.
What would I change about racing? I quite like the idea of for the 100 meters, split it. I've just thought of this now, but split. Okay, let's say you have 10 lanes, split 5 and 5. So put 5 at one end of the track and 5 at the other end, and make them run past each other and still base it on time. So you'll end up having this rush of 5 people going one way, 5 people going the other way.
Are they in lanes?
There might be a collision as well.
Yeah,
because I think that could be fun.
And you could like run, if there was someone who's really fast, you could like run towards them to try and slow them down. Oh yeah, that's great.
Now, you've got to stay in your lane still, but at the same time, it would be quite unnerving for the 2 guys or girls in the middle lanes.
I think you should get rid of the lanes.
Oh, you mean you want to do every other one? So one person's running that way, next person running the other way.
Yeah. But then you're allowed to diverge. So it's like,
so you can just intimidate people.
Yeah. So
you can run at them
like,
and then kind of step around them and stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of like an agility thing. Great.
Yeah, that's what I do to racing.
Good question, FanClub93. Next one is a bit of a... This one was actually written in Spanish, but I translated it from Elizabeth Sakar. Do you love me?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. There you go, Elizabeth. Keep the messages coming in. This one is from... This is quite a deep one in terms of your life.
Yeah.
From our Slovakian listener, Petra Balaskova. She asks...
Hi, Petra.
What are your top 3 priorities in life?
My top 3 priorities in life.
One of them's got to be content, for sure.
Top 1 is high quality content.
Yeah.
Not recorded necessarily, just in general what I give out to the world and around me. It's got to be top quality.
But is that
fun,
kind of
friendly, amusing?
It's like that old philosophical saying there. It's like, if a piece of content is made in a forest and
Do you
it's
hear
not
the
recorded,
content fall?
Is it actually content? I think that's what
Wow.
the quote was.
That's it. So that'll be one of them. Top quality content to all who I come across in life. Look out for close family and friends carefully, and be there for them when they need me. I guess sort of be able to not have regrets, resentment, or bitterness when I'm older, by doing things that I don't want to do for extended periods of time. So working for someone for an annoying length of time. Avoid that at all costs. That would be my third one.
Nice. Wait, what was the second one?
Don't know. Forgot.
I'm not sure you did a second one, but we can.
I don't think I did a second one, but
We'll edit with that in.
Yeah, we can put one in.
This next one is very specific. It's from someone called Pandila. They asked,
Hi, Pandila.
if you could choose any of the motorbikes on the grid other than Honda, which one would you choose?
If I couldn't choose a Honda motorbike, I'd probably go for a KTM motocross bike. They're quick, they're reliable, they're fun.
Good answer. This next one is quite abstract as a question, actually. It's from someone called Pipaccio.
Pipaccio, okay.
They just simply ask, are you stronger?
Am I stronger than
Yeah,
what?
they don't. Well, he or she hasn't said. I guess it's up to your own interpretation.
Am I stronger than I was when I was younger? Depends when you're taking that measurement.
Let's say since
Yeah, I'm
lockdown.
stronger than I was when I was 10. Yeah, just. I wouldn't want to
You were
fight.
very strong at
I
10.
wouldn't want to fight my 12-year-old self. That's for sure.
I've seen the pictures. It's quite scary. To
I
see
didn't
the
send you
pictures,
those.
actually.
When did
I
you
didn't
see
say you
those?
did. Yeah. This next one isn't actually a question,
Statement.
but someone just writ a statement and tagged #AskMarc, which is weird.
Right.
It's very specific as well, but it made me laugh.
Go ahead.
It says, I haven't actually written down who it's from, but it says, I'm about to retire from active practice in law. However, you've inspired me to engage more critically.
In the justice system.
No, that's where it stops actually. So, however, you have inspired me to engage more critically.
I've got someone on my case.
So there you go. I mean, it's not a question. So
Can
don't
you
know what you
block
wanted.
them?
Yeah, I'll put them on the block list.
Put them on the list. Grab a pen. Yeah, we don't need any more of that sort of stuff. We had a nightmare with that based on the cancelled Christmas special.
I mean, it's good that we're inspiring you and everything, but
Yeah, don't start.
know the rules.
You know, Matt and I don't have a legal team yet. You know,
Yeah.
we're working on it, but give us till next year at least. You know.
This next one is from Philosopher69. It is quite a philosophical question actually, which is,
Yeah.
when you're in the cinema, which armrest belongs to you?
Which armrest belongs to me? Is this based on a full cinema with someone sat next to me I don't know? To my
They haven't
left?
specified, but I think, yeah, assuming that there's people on your left and your right, and there's an armrest on each side, which one? What's your approach, I guess?
I normally put my drink. That's fine. Oh, sorry. By the way, to let you know, Matt, I think video has ended. Is that correct? Oh no, video started again. Yeah. I would say I always put my drink, my soft drink, in the right hand, to the right hand side of me in a cinema, and I have the popcorn in my lap.
Fair enough. It's a good question though. It's always quite something that
I had to
found
think
quite
about that. I haven't been
awkward.
to a cinema in a while, so I was trying to think,
Yeah.
what do I do at home at least? Because I'd assume that I'd adopt those tactics in a cinema as well. When you watch a film later on, Matt, tell me where you put your drink.
Yeah, we'll do.
If you don't mind, by the way, I just sort of said that. Sorry.
I'll just text you.
Text me. Just go left.
This one is also quite abstract. There's quite a lot of abstract questions that people have been asking, which I quite like. I guess we encourage that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one is from Akshay071. They ask, when are you coming back?
When am I coming back?
Yeah.
Soon, hopefully.
Have you gone away?
Yeah, soon. We're sort of trying to hold the fort here, Matt and I, in our respective homes, and you know what? As soon as we can get out and about and jump on trains, planes, and automobiles, we will. And Matt and I want to do puffin podcasts. We want to go live and take stuff outdoors. We want to do all sorts of things. We wouldn't do this if we had a choice. We would go to the Zumba
we
Bar.
Want to do that?
We hate the Zumba fucking bar.
We hate that.
I'll tell Bill as well. You know, but I'm getting told by my camera assistant Carla that we're running very low on memory on the videos. So okay. We might have to start wrapping things up a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. Well, should we do one last question?
One last question. Go ahead.
This is from Zhao HMA Nai.
Hi.
It's another philosophical question.
Go ahead.
It is, how do you feel when you fall?
When I fall, if I'm not dislocating my shoulder, I feel good. As long as I'm not, because it's kind of part and parcel of skating, skiing, these sort of things. If you want to progress in life or whatever you're doing, you need to fall a lot to progress. Otherwise, you're just scared of trying anything that you've not done before. So, yeah.
I get knocked down,
fall
I get back up again, as
yeah.
Chumbawamba famously said.
That's it. And we'll be dancing to that at some point in the near future, Matt. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've not seen Matt, by the way, listeners, for over a year. By the way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think
I don't think
would
we
you?
even saw each other last year. So.
No.
So there you go. Well, let's leave it there. And thank you.
Thank you, listeners.
Thanks for all the questions. Very good. There's
Hell
a lot
of a show.
there's a lot we haven't had time to get through, but I mean, maybe we can do a special bonus podcast for that, maybe.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, Matt, I think, you know what, with the podcasts, or not podcasts because it's not a podcast show, let's not edit. I think just put it up clean on YouTube, everything, just because we've got snackable content on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So yeah. No.
Enjoy. Good to see everyone. You have a good time, Matt?
Yeah, it's nice. Nice to. I've not been drinking. This is like, well, I had a drink yesterday actually, but I've not been drinking in January. So
yeah,
it's nice to come to a bar.
Yeah.
Kick back. How about you?
Have you enjoyed the Zumba Bar overall?
Yeah, it's nice. It's chilled out. Nice. It's quite ambient lighting.
Very ambient. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. What about you?
And
Is your first time here as well?
Yeah, I've never been here before. It's quiet. That's what I'd say. It's quiet, but it's calm. I had a great Desperado, one of the new drinks they got in. Any listeners who've heard of it, let me know. It's brilliant, by the way. I'd recommend it. And I had a nice gin tonic. So that's me for the Zumba tonight.
Good stuff.
Say hi to Becca from me, and I hope she enjoyed her gatto. And I'm sure I'll be in correspondence with you privately on our WhatsApp messages after the show.
Sounds good. Send my regards to Carla as well.
I will do.
And the video assistant, whoever that is.
I will do. They're masked, by the way, the video assistant. Carla's relaxing. The video assistant is, that is Carla, and she is masked. Good to see you, mate.
You too. See you later.
Take it easy. Bye.